Good afternoon, More Medical, and today is a good day. It's in the mid-70s in the end of December, almost Christmas, and it's in the 70s here in Texas, and it's just gorgeous outside. However, today I want to talk about mechanical governors and how to adjust them properly so that you don't have any issues when you go back together with your engine over speeding or not revving up like it should. When you do a new carburetor, let me show you some tricks so you can avoid the mistakes that I see every day. Most mechanical governors are going to either run off of the cam gear like this one or the crank gear on the crankshaft. However, this one's going to run kind of at an angle, and as this engine spins over, the camshaft is spinning, and it spins the governor gear, as you can tell here. Now the camshaft spins half the speed of the crankshaft, so just keep that in mind whenever you're just, your brain's trying to comprehend what's going on. When you put the camshaft in and then you put the governor gear in, I left the crank gear off here just to show you, so I could spin it easier. But when this engine's running, it's spinning, the camshaft's rotating, and the governor gear is rotating, and there are flyweights that sling out when the RPM changes on the engine. Now when they sling out, you're going to see that you have a little barrel or a pintle that slings out with it, and that's going to move the governor arm inside the engine. They don't move much, not much at all, but when that slings out, it's going to move this governor arm. That much movement right there is all the movement that it has. So when these sling out, they don't sling very far. It's just going to be just not even a quarter of an inch of movement. But this movement multiplies and transfers this arm, this metal rod, through the engine block. Here's the end of the rod here, and when it moves inside of here, you're moving the external governor arm, which is attached to your carburetor rod or your throttle rod. And we'll just keep coming around here, and underneath the flywheel, that rod runs straight to your carburetor. And now I'm moving that by hand. You can see how very minimal motion back here inside the engine multiplies out here when you go through the length of the arm and the length of the rod. It moves that carburetor quite a bit. Now, to adjust this governor correctly, the only tools you're going to need is a 3/8 wrench and a screwdriver. And what you're going to do is you're going to loosen up this pinch bolt here, to where the up and down of the governor rod makes its 90 like this. You want this to be just to where it'll turn without moving this rod right here. And in just a second, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. First and foremost, you need to be sure that your carburetor or your engine is at wide open throttle. See where we're at idle there, so we're going to advance the throttle all the way till the carburetor is completely open. Sometimes I have in the past, you can take a rubber band and put a round right here and hook it over here somewhere just to make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. But you can physically hold it with your thumb, but for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to make sure that the engine is wide open throttle by the throttle advance bracket right here. You can see where the engine's trying to choke right here. Just make sure that's in that position. Okay, so you can see what's going on inside the engine as I'm adjusting this governor gear or this governor rod. You take your screwdriver, you put it on the end of the rod. Now I'm just going to move this out of the way so you can see where my screwdriver is, and then the governor paddle, the governor arm. You want to adjust it and put just a little bit of tension on your adjusting screw. You want to adjust it to where the carburetor is wide open throttle, and you want to adjust the governor rod, counterclockwise until it just touches the governor. If you adjust it the wrong way, you'll be hitting the engine block and you won't have any governing effect at all. It's just going to run away and overspeed and blow your motor up. So we're just going to set it, put with just a little bit of tension with your screwdriver. Once you bottom out on that governor gear, you're going to put just a little bit of tension counterclockwise on that screw right there, or that governor right there, that governor arm, and then just tighten your pinch bolt. Alright, so you have your static governor adjustment completed. When you crank the engine and you advance the throttle, and that's when you're going to adjust your wide open. It's also called your dynamic governor adjustment. You adjust the spring to your manufacturer's specifications. If I was going to set this one, I would set this up to about 3,250 RPMs by adjusting the spring tighter or looser. On the spring post where it connects, you can bend that tab to make that spring tight or loose as needed. Guys, I hope that helped you to understand the basic principles of a mechanical flyweight style governor. And if that did help, please give me a thumbs up and smash that like button. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe. It'll do y'all a world of good, and it'll help me out tremendously. While you're there, go ahead and hit that bell and click up 2 more rows to where it says all. Click all and you'll get all my new videos. Anyway, guys, it's almost Christmas, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to get another video in before then, but I did. And glad everybody, hey, this is real close. I just did 800 videos. So thank y'all, everybody, and Merry Christmas. And guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day. More Medic One.